Okay, so this is Rin Keys from the ball final in Tashkent just recently, 2026. So Rin is the silver medalist on ball from the World Championships, and this was a really big deal because I think it's the very first time that a United States gymnast ever won a World Championships medal. So very, very exciting. And for me, I was a U.S. gymnast myself and judge, and so I was thrilled for Rin. I thought it was such a cool moment for the U.S. to have someone medal at Worlds. It's amazing, and so I want to be kind of careful reacting to this routine in one sense, because it's like Rin has done so much in terms of her achievements recently, internationally. Here in this competition, Tashkent, she was fourth all around, which is an incredible finish. She had 2 silver medals in the event finals. Just incredible stuff. My criticisms of her ball routine are not so much about her personally or any of the other girls that I've criticized the ball routines. It's not about them personally. It's more about criticizing the current code of points. Although I do think that individual gymnasts still can break out of the current trend. But there are things about the code of points that encourage the gripping of the ball. So we're going to look at Rin's routine. And I've already watched Rin do ball last year, so I kind of have an idea of what I'll probably see in terms of the handling. But I am interested to see her new routine. Yeah, I mean, that's what I recall from last year's ball routine, the way that she takes the ball. It confuses me. It continues to confuse me because gymnasts like Rin, who have such great technique physically, technically with their body, and she has such great technique, but then she does these things with the ball where it's like, this is just how ball's being done now, is what it makes you think. There's no attempt to handle the ball correctly. It's not a mistake. It's just what we're doing now. And if anything, I think that Rin's ball handling is just a sign of the times, because she grips the ball the same way Barbara Domingos grips the ball, the same way many other gymnasts that I've already watched grip the ball. It's not a mistake when they do it. For them, they're not making a mistake and having to grasp the ball suddenly. This is actually just the way they perform their routine. And you could probably go to training and watch her do this routine over and over again, and it would look the same. Of course, every performance of routine is different, and you might see someone have a mistake and have to grasp the ball. But truly, it's hard to watch for me in a way, because Rin is beautiful and her skills are so strong. She has great expression. She has so many great qualities. I could pause anywhere and just break down all the bad ball gripping, because she grips throughout the entire routine. But then it's like, why would she change? Why would she do anything other than exactly what she's doing? Because Rin is great with ball. She finishes very well with ball. She won the world silver medal with ball, even though she was gripping the ball. She just won a World Cup medal with ball, gripping the ball throughout the entire routine. And she's not alone. People are doing this everywhere on the international stage now. It's just acceptable now. I think it's honestly just become the way the sport is done. And I am so disappointed. And I feel that ball is lost now. It's an event that I don't look forward to watching. And the reason why I react to so many ball routines is because I'm just still searching for like an answer as to why ball has just devolved into incorrectness on every element being accepted, and not only being acceptable but being rewarded, where this is a medal winning routine with the ball. And I mean, her body elements, her expression, her execution with her body, the way the routine flows together, the timing of the risks, there's so much great stuff going on here. As long as you just don't watch her hands on the ball, you can see a lot of beautiful things. I don't know. I don't want to react to Rin because I don't want to say critical things, but then I don't want to be like, oh, I'm only going to criticize gymnasts from countries that aren't my own country, because that way, you know, I don't say anything bad about a U.S. gymnast. It's just, that wouldn't be fair. And Rin's the current way of handling the ball, she does it. The new age ball handling is, I guess, what I'm going to call it now, but it should really just be called incorrect ball handling. I mean, you can go to any part of the routine for an example. It's actually almost hard to find a skill where you don't have an example. I mean, when you go to the coda points and you look up the way the ball is supposed to be held, it still says that it's supposed to be held with the fingers close together. It still says that you're not supposed to put it against your wrist. It still says you're not supposed to grasp it with your thumb. But you wouldn't know it when you watch the best girls in the world, and Rin is that. She is one of the best gymnasts in the entire world. She's a top 10 easily in the world gymnast. She's probably a top 5 gymnast in the world on a good day. She's a top 3 gymnast in ball for sure. She's a top 2 gymnast in ball. She's one of the best gymnasts in the world, and it's sad to me that this is what ball is now. There are just exceptions we find. We just find girls who don't do this as bad. Yeah. It's just, you can just pause places and you'll get more evidence of gripping the ball. You could just see that there's not going to be an attempt to take the ball any other way. You know, you can also talk about beautiful body elements and beautiful shapes that Rin creates, her artistry and her technical execution. However, the ball is not supposed to be held this way. And just because great gymnasts are doing it does not make it okay. And that is the reason that I decided to start talking about it. Because even if every gymnast starts handling the ball like this, it will still be just as incorrect as it was when no one was doing this. It will always be incorrect because the sport has a technique that has stood the test of time. The technique of the way you're supposed to handle the ball has existed for a long time. You cannot just stop caring about technique and then have the technique no longer matter. It will still matter as long as we're willing to say that it matters and we're willing to try to talk about it and call it out. It needs to be way more heavily deducted. There's no way that you should be able to get a top scoring ball routine gripping the ball like this, except for the fact that everyone's doing it. So you're not really competing against people who aren't gripping the ball, where then it would pull your score down below other people. You're competing in a field where, I mean, it's just so inexcusable, you guys. It's not even a hard element. All she's doing is taking the ball out of her legs so that she could do this roll. And look at how deflated her ball is. It looks so small in her hands. It's one of the worst ones. It's one of the worst examples, and it happens to be a gymnast from the United States. And that's something that I was like, I'm not going to talk about U.S. gymnasts because I don't want to go there. But I do want to go there because it's important. We need to stop doing this. Maybe the U.S. could be the country that didn't follow this trend, that like did things differently, that tried to be different. I think the U.S. has already shown that we're a very strong country in terms of putting gymnasts on the floor with great artistry, musicality, technical execution, in the body elements. I think we could do a lot better than this. And I think Rin could easily do a lot better than this. What I don't get is why the athletes are being encouraged to handle the ball like this. Because I know that if your coach tells you not to do something, you won't do it. If the judges tell you not to do something, you won't do it. And like when you're competing in the higher levels, you're going to have judges coming in. You're going to be getting evaluations from judges. You're going to be hearing from other coaches. You're going to be getting feedback on your routines all the time. So if the people who were coaching, evaluating, judging, if this was being discouraged, then the gymnasts would have changed their technique already. Because, you know, when these girls were young, they were taught the correct way to hold the ball. It's just now that's being disregarded. When you look at someone like Sofia Raffaelli as another example, you know, how she grips the ball, it's really, really random because she has such great technique normally, and then she just grips the ball, and it's like, yeah, I guess the code of points really just has encouraged this. I really hope that World Gymnastics, FIG, is gonna look back at this year and last year, and they're going to wake up and say, we have to fix this before 2028 Olympics. We have got to fix this. I don't even know if I would want to go watch 2028 Olympics and see this in person. I honestly don't think I want to. I don't mean Rin. I would love to go watch Rin in person in 2028. I mean the horrific ball handling of multiple gymnasts who would be featured in the Olympic Games. And I just really hope that something's going to change. Higher penalties for these, each and every time gripping the ball, maybe a higher penalty, maybe invalid elements, maybe more penalties. I don't know. I think they've got to have a real look at it. If it was a 0.2 deduction, maybe if it was not valid, to do a turn, for sure it should not be valid. If it was considered not the correct way to hold the ball in each and every section, like if one fouette series, you're doing it for 6-7 times, if you could deduct every time, if you could deduct on every turn for the way she's holding the ball, I think that would fix it. People wouldn't be willing to take that much deduction. You know, if it was like every element, it could be taken. I think that's what they have to do, or it won't change. It's already happened because the penalties are obviously too low. But I'd be interested to hear what people think the solution to this is. And maybe some people don't care and don't think it's a problem, but I think that would surprise me, because I thought that people in rhythmic gymnastics really care about technique and really care about the sport looking the way it's supposed to look. So, and being performed the way it's supposed to be performed. So anyway, this is not a personal thing against Rin. I really like Rin's routines generally, and I'll react to some of her other ones that I really do enjoy and have more that I can say about. This just frustrates me. It's upsetting because I feel that the sport has devolved over the course of the past few years with the ball event, and it continues to piss me off, and I'm going to continue to comment on it when I see it. And I'm not going to exempt anybody, whether it's someone from the US or someone from another country who's a top gymnast. I think if anything, lower level gymnasts are better with the ball than higher level gymnasts. I've said that before. I think if you go watch development gymnasts and more like local national level FIG gymnasts, you actually see better ball handling than when you watch world-class routines. You just don't see the skill level with the difficulty. You just don't see as high of difficulty in the routines, but or perhaps the evolved artistry, but you do see better basic technique with the ball. So ball is ruined, essentially, and most people are not doing it very well at all.